Well, the Secretary General of the Boxing Federation, also the acting chef de mission, clearly mincing no words and insisting that the verdict against Vikas was truly unjust. The AIBA, in its statement, though, justified the verdict against Vikas, claiming the Indian in round 2 had intentionally spread out his gum shield. There was not warrant for the same. Based on the technical and competition rules 12.1.9 from the AIBA book, they claimed the referee should have given at least 2 warnings to Vikas, and therefore they handed 4 points to Spence, thus declaring him the winner. But clearly, the decision has not gone down too well with the Indians. Let me bring in our experts here. Let's go to Prakash Padukone first. He's a badminton legend. So we saw an appeal from India in Sumit Sangwan's case turned down. We saw an appeal from India in the case of Jwala Gupta and Ashwini Ponnappa turned down. But here, once again, India is at the rough end of it with Vikas Krishan being declared, his win being overruled 5 hours after the bout, sir. Your thoughts?
I was absolutely shocked. In fact, I was going through the net and I was so happy that he had won. Then suddenly sometime this afternoon I saw another, I was going through the net and I saw that he had lost. So I think the decision is deplorable. Looks like there is some conspiracy in this. I had never reacted like this before. Even when Jwala and Ashwini had protested, I think there was no ground for them to justify their appeal. But in this case, I think there is a clear case of after having been declared a winner, I think I don't know what options do we have. I've heard the chef de mission saying that they are going on appeal, but I'm very sure that the appeal will be turned down because AIBA, the supreme authority probably has given the decision. But I really hope that something can be done about this bout.
Well, indeed, sir, your sentiments and your anger is shared by 1 billion Indians across this country. We're all completely shocked to know that a deserving medal winner has been robbed of a possible bout in the quarterfinals. And we get in Mr. Tarlochan Singh, the Vice President of the Indian Olympic Association. Sir, are you in touch with Mr. Malhotra, Minister Markan? What is the Indian Olympic Association going to do along with the Boxing Federation to make sure that Vikas is granted justice?
You see, everybody is very unhappy after it's the most unfortunate. American lobby should not have done this, and after a gap of 3 to 4 hours, it means there is some conspiracy, there must have been some influence used, so appeal is definitely going to be there. But as you know, India is not represented in any international federation. That is our weak point, that these days, unless countries representatives are there in the main body, who can influence. In everywhere judges appointment, these appointments are made on the basis of your influence. So India is nowhere in any federation. That is a very unfortunate. So I hope the main body of the federation comes us and gives us the real verdict, because people, everybody who has watched it, Indian player is winner.
Mr. Tarlochan,
winner, and they should do justice.
Mr. Tarlochan, you're saying that it's a clear case of US lobby pressuring the verdict against India. Also the fact that the scoring system in boxing has been one under scanner for a long time. Do you think the IOA has merit to go out and appeal in this case and also turn this verdict back in Vikas's favor?
That's all. You see, this is definitely a case which has to be decided in our favor. After all, who gave the verdict? All the referees sitting around the ring, and they are from different countries, and they gave unanimous verdict, and it was for 3-4 hours. So what was India's fault? No Indian was there by giving the verdict, and not a single person raised any doubt on any foul. So why all that, after all, in the third bout they say there are fouls? Right. One thing I agree, that spitting of gum is definitely not desirable. That is bad.
Nalan, the AIBA is clearly justified out here that in the third round there were 9 holding fouls. There was the spitting of the gum that Mr. Tarlochan mentioned, which is the reason why they eventually handed 4 extra points to Spence, turning the decision from 13-11 to 15-13. But do you think the AIBA is justified in making those claims?
Look, let's see this in perspective. Firstly, this was a very close bout, and the second thing is that this is not the first verdict that has been overturned in these Olympics. Just a couple of days ago, a verdict against an Azerbaijani boxer was overturned by a Japanese boxer who had actually knocked him out and still lost. 3 or 4 referees and judges have already been suspended or expelled by AIBA for giving wrong decisions. There was a case of the Iranian boxer who was disqualified, and then they expelled the referee for giving the wrong decision, but did not overturn the disqualification. So what we have is 3 problems with the AIBA. First is corruption. The second is incompetence, and the third is this flawed scoring system. This scoring system is actually more subjective and a game more like tag and chance than it is actually of real boxing talent.